April 2013 saw the release of a huge fan-arranged remix album onto the web, and I do mean that in a more literal sense, by the way. A 10-disc, 8-hour-plus behemoth surfaced onto the web, known as the Sonic Stadium Music Adventure 2012. A follow-up to the original 2011 album, this compilation gathered together many musicians that had been involved with the Sonic Stadium and its affiliates, and showcased a diversely styled arrangement album covering the entire Sonic franchise. That would mean a lot of its game catalogue, fan games, TV shows, originals inspired by the franchise, even a portion of other games in Sega's catalogue. Through some interesting social links, I got involved with album director Vice Jeffog and its development, and came on hand to contribute a bunch of arrangements, each of them showing stylistic differences from each other. 6 of these were stuff I did alone, while a 7th track had me getting involved in a 4-way collaboration.
I'll make it through. Yeah.
If you want me to return the princess, you must give me your Chaos Emerald.
When I first came across the music to White Acropolis, I thought it seemed rather pretty and appropriate for the mountain-based setting. It also seemed to juggle the fine line between delicacy and danger, and by that instinct alone, I thought that somewhere down the line it would work really well as a dream trance mix. So I took up the idea for myself in spite of techno inexperience and envisioned it as a homage to Robert Miles and the 90s dream trance movement in general. All this while distinguishing itself in my set for being arguably the most danceable of the lot. At the time I didn't see Sonic 1 being given much love, so I felt that I should be able to do something with the Starlight Zone music. This counted most of my submissions as well, albeit for a more different reason for its aim to be considerably happy. To me, Starlight is this one big carefree breather episode that happened between the nightmare-inducing Labyrinth Zone stage and the final showdown at Scrap Brain, filled with excitement while still keeping the puzzles and exploration in place. Like a lot of emotion-based works, it had difficulty in its writing, particularly on bad days, but I'm still really glad with how it managed to come out in the end.
Avenge the victims who died aboard the Ark on that tragic day.
My aim at lesser-known games continued with looking towards Shadow the Hedgehog, which was more known for its ridiculous memes if anything.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
And I saw it as a great way to take my humour streak over by looking towards the Cosmic Fall music, the stage itself being the origin of Vector the Crocodile's infamous quote, and literally taking it into a musical form. So here we have Cosmic 4 being given chiptune elements, which made for a great incentive to shape the mix in spite of melody being so sparse. All in all, I gotta say this is one of my quirkier tracks out there, and one that I felt really glad to end up sharing to my YouTube followers early. So not so long after I completed all of my mixes, I got contacted by DJ Ear, whom asked me to chip in with one of his 4 tracks. He envisioned Blast Town, the music for the 80s and 90s boulevards, in a modern day jam environment and asked me to do something with the horn parts of the source. Hearing his arrangement as it stood, I thought it sounded fitting enough to bring out the cheesy 80s polysynths and manipulate them when required. With X-Shad and later 2 Griffin chipping in with lead guitar parts, this turned into a very fun jam effort between the 4 of us, and a great way to handle the only Sonic Riders bass track on the entire album. After doing a bunch of lively sounding tracks for the set, I thought I'd try and sear the whole thing with something a little more understated and dark sounding. Having recalled that I was yet to cover a handheld Sonic title, and seeing that there was no coverage for Sonic Chaos yet, which was a big part of the short-lived Game Gear part of my youth, I decided to take a look into it. What I saw with Electric Egg was not the exciting rush of energy before the final battle, but rather the darker, more barren side of Eggman's operations, almost comparable to Sonic CD's Metallic Madness in a way. And in this more traditionally sounding track than some of my other tracks, I felt able to hit just that, while still being able to incorporate many of the more recent writing tricks I had taken in lately.
E-Series. Friends must save.
You can't really have me on an album this big without a piano solo, right? And after playing through Sonic Adventure for the first time last year, I felt inspired by hearing the theme associated with E102 Gamma as well as seeing his development throughout. The simple trip-hop original and its chord progressions made me feel as if it would work out as a piano arrangement, and taking his story to account, this ended up being worked upon vigorously as soon as I got approval to cover it, and that was amplified even more due to various troubles going on in real life as well. Sometimes life can be cruel, and some of us may find it crueler than others, but one should definitely find a way to counter against said cruelness regardless of the cost.
No, I won't give up. There has to be a way.
Oh boy, you saw this one coming.
I'm coming!
I'm coming.
Here I come.
Originally, this track was written long before I even joined the album, but it was during development for the Sonic Paradox remix shorts when I wanted to express myself with a multi-genre canvas. The End of the World music from Sonic 2006 did just that. With Solaris consuming history as we know it, and with there being a race against time to find the Chaos Emeralds, I saw it as a great way to interpret the different segments of the source material in the style associated with the playable character at that point, taking into account their attitude, the level they appear at, and their feelings towards Sonic himself. It's more of a spiritual arrangement by that note, and one that I felt really glad to see as the lead track for the album's final disc. It was a great ride working on all of these, as well as hearing what everyone else had on board. And if you want to check this out for yourself, you can do just that by visiting the Sonic Stadium, clicking on the Downloads tab and selecting the album itself, or even looking for the appropriate news post detailing its release. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you again sometime!